Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I'm pretty good. Starting to cool off. It's pretty warm here today. It's Wednesday, and it's a day later than I usually do my videos, so I hope you'll forgive me. On the business front, things are going very, very well. The current class that I started with last week finaled out yesterday. 100% pass rate for those people that took the test. We have 2 people that are going to repeat the course because they choose to do so. Instead of graduating, they wanted to get more training experience. That's good. We do allow that. If you feel that you need more time in training, we can give you an extra week. It's not a problem. Yeah, I have personally found that people who repeat due to one reason or another, sometimes it's because paperwork and regulatory, things like that, keep them from getting their job offers on time, or they are struggling a little bit and they need a little bit more time. I found, like I said, those people that repeat have a tendency to do really, really well in the second week. And I have confidence that the 2 people that are going to repeat this time are going to do well because they did well this week and they just need a little extra time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Flatbedding is a very difficult job. There's a lot of information we hand out when we're teaching, and it's a lot to assimilate for some people. And not everybody learns at the same pace, and we understand that. So we're not going to send somebody home just because they don't seem to be able to grasp it right off the bat. And that's just the way we are. So we got those guys staying on, and next week the class is coming in. Actually, tomorrow the current orientation class is coming in. It's huge. We're going to have like 31, 32 people in the class, with a few transfers coming from other divisions such as TCD. And then we have a person returning from guard duty who is going to be taking the flatbed class. So it's going to be pretty packed as we move into the weekend. So I'll be getting them in class tomorrow, and me and my compatriots will start them off on the first line of business, which is out of the side steel coils, and get them going on that right out of the gate. I think I talked about earlier, we are on summer schedule, which means we're starting in the bays earlier, usually by 6:30, no later than 7, and then getting going as quickly as possible. So we don't have to spend all day in the bays in the heat. We're trying to be done by 1:30, 2 o'clock. Today we were done at 1:30, and we took the guys upstairs and let them watch some final videos, do some final checkouts and releases, and then sent the students off to crossing the bridge, where they got to learn about who their trainer is going to be, their on-the-road trainer, and how they're going to get in contact with them, whether or not they're going to be either bused or have a rental car or flown out to where their trainers will be able to meet them, or they'll wait here until they show up. It varies just depending on person, where the trainer is, what's going on. The regular guys, we cut them loose when other guys went to crossing the bridge. So they got to go home early and get a little bit of rest before tomorrow's final bout of tarping. Talked about this before a little bit. When I first came to Maverick and I went through orientation in hands-on training, we did do tarping. They did cover it somewhat, but I was still, it's not a testable thing, so or evaluation based thing. It just kind of showed what was going on and how to basic do it, and that was pretty much it, and left us to our own devices. We've now changed the training program for tarping a lot since I took it, and I feel that guys coming through now, and ladies, who are learning what we're teaching on tarping now, because you're getting a full day of tarping instruction and then another quarter or half day of more practice, are better off than, say, when I went through, because I listened to what they had to say, and then I got out on the road, and you knew how my things went. My tarping was abysmal. The first one was ridiculous. I was embarrassed to even pull it, and I was getting better as time goes on. Now that I'm here and I've learned the new training method, and I'm passing that information along to students, I've noticed that my tarping skills have gotten better. Yesterday afternoon, after we were all done. Actually, in the evening, after we were all done, and I got back from eating dinner, I went out in the bays and tarped the load myself, and I'm just doing it based on how I was taught since I've come here the second time and started working here. I was very, very impressed with how I could do it now, and it's great. Those people coming in here that are afraid of the tarps or leery about it, don't be. You'll be good to go. You won't know everything. It takes roughly 2 or 3 months of tarping solo to get your own style down, providing you follow the basic steps to be really, really good at it. I see guys pulling the yard all the time that have been doing it 6 months or so, and their tarps are passable, but they're not, the most aesthetic looking pieces of tarp job. So that's where we stand right now. Like I said, a new class comes in tomorrow, and we get started on steel out of the sides, steel coils, and then we'll move on to shotgun on Friday, and then Saturday. Yeah, Friday, and on Saturday we do out of the sky and multiples. So it'd be a lot of fun. I enjoy doing those classes with the guy I work with on Friday and Saturday. We get along really, really well, those two guys. So that's where we stand. On the personal front, things are going okay. I've gotten some very good compliments. I guess it's kind of business and personal. I've gotten some really good compliments this past week from my peers and the management staff, and I'm feeling very, very good about my job that I'm doing here. Granted, it is temporary. I plan to be going back out on the road and doing some regular trucking again sometime probably in the next month, probably closer to the end of July. I'll be getting back on the road. I don't see that changing. I may end up staying a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. It really depends. The person that I'm filling in for comes back from their recovery from having surgery, I think next week or the week after. I can't remember. I think it's next week. I think he comes back on the 30th or the 1st, something like that. And he will, once he's here, I'll be here for a few more weeks while they sort some things out, and then I'll be able to go back out on the road. And I'm looking forward to that. Though, of course, I'll stay if they ask me to stay longer. Just have to see. I will have to flat out admit that being here and working in the training bays is a lot of fun. I personally enjoy it. I really, really like passing on knowledge and helping people understand what it is we do in this industry. But I do miss being on the road, and I will be honest, I miss the money, because you don't make as much money being in the office, so to speak, that you do on the road. And money's important. It's not the end all be all, but having enough money to do everything I want to do is important to me. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Like I said, I enjoy doing it here. I could do this job full time. Providing, I get some personal details worked out. So now on to the real personal stuff. Things are going well on the personal front. Pumpkin continues to get better. My wife and my son are at Boy Scout day camp this week. It's not really Boy Scout day camp. It's for Cubs. And my son, who's a Boy Scout, he's doing staff, giving Cub Scouts and Webelos, activities and things like that to do for summer camp. Next Saturday, my wife will be going to Boy Scout camp in Canada with the troop, and she'll be gone about 3 weeks, and that will leave my oldest son in charge at the house. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to see my wife again between now and when she gets back from Canada. I've driven down 2 weekends in a row. It is a 5.5 to 6 hour drive, and in the heat, it's much more difficult, especially since I don't get home so late. I'm not gonna. I had planned on possibly going home again this weekend, but that'll be 3 weekends in a row, and it cost me roughly $75 to $80 to make that trip, round trip, and it's really, really hard on me. So I'm probably not gonna do it this week. So, but I will go down next weekend when she's leaving. Though when I get there, she will have already left. But I will be there for the weekend for my oldest son, who will be taking care of the house by himself and getting a few things straightened off down there, and then coming back up. And then I will probably not return to Texas either until she returns, or if I go back out on the road. If I go back out on the road, then I'll need to pack up what is here that I can't put in my truck and put it in my pickup and take that back to Texas, and then rent a car to come back to Little Rock, because I can't leave my car here. It's just the way it works. So that's pretty much it. And I'd like to take a moment and say happy birthday to my mom. She's still a spry girl and getting on. She's getting on up there in age, but she's still very active and she still works. And I'm hoping that today, the best mother in the world, mine, had a really, really good birthday. I talked to her earlier, and it was good to hear her voice. So join me in wishing my mama a very happy birthday. That's it for today. A little bit longer, a little bit rambling, but hey, it's better than nothing at all. At least that's what I say. So until we talk again, keep the shiny side up. 73s. Chat with you later. Bye.